Hey guys, it's Friday. I've been horrible at vlogging, but what else is new? So today I have a lot of stuff to get done because my fiance is having friends over tonight. So there's just like cleaning and prepping, and obviously he does help me with this stuff, but I'm home. You know, I graduated and I'm not working today, so there's nothing else for me to do but get ready for some of those things. I'm going to update you on what I've been doing because I actually have been doing like a lot of writing, but I'm going to update you as I go along. As I do those tasks today, I'll update you on how I've been doing throughout the week. But what we're starting right now with is a cleaning sprint. As a 23-year-old person who doesn't necessarily enjoy cleaning as much as maybe other people, the thing that I found most useful when having to do like a lot of cleaning is to just set a timer and clean for as long as that timer is on. And for me, it's like a competition. So I make a list and I want to get done everything on that list. So I go as fast as I can. I put on music. I have a really good time. Yeah, it's a vibe. So that's what we're doing today. We're gonna speed clean. We have to make the bed, clean up my nightstand, clean the counters in the kitchen, like tidy up the living room. Nothing is super dirty, but there are a lot of little individual cleaning tasks that I've kind of been putting off this week that are getting done today. So I'm going to start with that, and then I will talk to you a little bit later with my next task. So I finished my little tidy. There are still some things that need to get cleaned up, like the bathroom, and I have laundry to put away, but we're not worrying about that right now. We're going to move on to doing some work for my praxis, which is that big test that I'm going to take to add my English certification onto my history certification. However, today we are not going to study for the practice. We are actually going to reschedule it. We're actually going to have to reschedule it. The date that I had originally picked isn't going to work out, so I'm actually going to push it. I think I'll push it almost a month. There's no real reason for me to have taken it so early. I think I was just getting really freaked out about jobs, but I'm not that worried anymore, so I'm not going to rush myself. So I'm just going to push it off. So I have to reschedule that, and then I'm going to actually come up with a new study plan for the praxis. So I'll do that in my journal and just write down what I want to get done, when, how I'm going to study for it, etc. So yeah, I'm going to spend probably like a half hour doing that, not too long, and then just keep going with my day. We're crushing the to-do list. Hey guys, so I made my praxis list, which was kind of anticlimactic because instead of like a few days to study, which I have now, I moved my date out so far that like I have 11 weeks. So yeah, I know you're kind of, my head's cut off, but I don't have anything else around me with which to prop you up, so we're just dealing with it, and that's how it's gonna be. I feel a little chaotic in my brain space right now, so we're gonna make a physical to-do list because like I can think about what I want to get done. I'd like to journal for an hour. I would like to write. Ideally I would get a little bit more time to read because I'm just like, my reading life this month has not been going well, which is epically disappointing for me because last month I read like 26 books, a butt ton of books, and I was super busy last month, so I don't understand why I am like comparatively failing this month, and it's very frustrating. So a little bit more time to read. I made cake pops, but I have to cover them in chocolate. I have to bake the cookie dough. Bake cookie dough. I have to work out, and I would like to edit videos, but both of those things are going to happen while my fiance is at dinner. So I'm gonna write that down so that I know that. I didn't actually put my laundry away yet in my like cleaning. I kind of get distracted. So laundry away. And maybe we'll put Bible study on here. I've been having a really hard time getting back into a routine with that because it feels like it's always what gets pushed off my list. So ideally we would get that done today as well. Yeah, I'm feeling good. I also scheduled our engagement photos during my little like praxis break, which is awesome because I've been meaning to do that, and I'm so bad at this whole wedding thing, bride thing. I guess if I cared a little bit more, I wouldn't be as bad, but like I really don't care that much because I love my fiance and I'm committed to him, and I would be committed to him regardless of whether we were married or not. So it doesn't like feel as important to me as maybe it does to other people. I don't know. Anywhoosie, I think I'm gonna start with my laundry. Actually, no, I lied. I'm gonna start with the cookie dough because I can preheat and roll some cookies and put those in the oven and then do my laundry while they're baking. I actually think if I start the baking process, I will get a lot done on my list because it kind of gives me a structure in my day, almost like laundry. I love doing laundry because you have this timer going off consistently and it kind of provides this like artificial rhythm to your day and keeps you busy. And I find that when I don't have that, whether that's like at work, we have periods. So when the period changes and when the bell rings and you have your prep period, it kind of keeps a certain rhythm to your day. That's the same every day. Or when you do laundry, you know, it's the same amount of time in the washer, same amount of time in the dryer every time. Same with cookies, same amount of time in the oven. When I don't have that, I have a really hard time managing my time, meaning that time just gets away from me. So that's what I'm gonna do. Start with the cookies, move to the laundry, then do other things. I think I will talk to you while I cover the cake pops and chocolate because I have a lot to say about writing and how writing's been going and what I'm doing. So that's the plan. I will talk to you in a minute about where my book is at. So you're in my cabinet, which is kind of like the perfect height. And I am down here coating cake pops in chocolate. No, I'm not going to show you because I'm sure there's a right way to do this. And I'm also sure that I'm not doing it in that right way. But it works for me. I also call these cake pops, but like they're not on sticks. They are not pops. They are just cake, I guess. Anywhoosie, I wanted to talk about how writing is going. So it's Friday, and aside from today, because I haven't written yet today, I have written every day this week. I think I've written over 1,000 words every day this week. Perhaps over 2,000 words one day. Which, for somebody who only wrote, I think it's something like 4,000 words in the totality of April, I'm crushing it. I'm super happy with that. In terms of where the story is at, so there's kind of like a beginning section. I sectioned it off. Oh my god, I'm just like losing my train of thought. So the story is a college romance, and I have the two characters meet in the first book, but you don't see them meet in the first book. So when we start off this book, it's when they meet, and it's the spring semester of like the year before the year that their book actually takes place. And I have that section as like, it's like an added section. So there's that spring, summer, and now we're in the fall semester section of the book, and I'm actually almost done with it. So I have this, I almost just put the sprinkles in the frosting, which is not what I wanted to do, or not the frosting, the chocolate. So we have the spring semester, so we're in the fall semester, and it's almost over, which I don't know if you're not from the US. I don't know if it's different other places, but your fall semester basically ends the end of December when you do your finals. For UConn, it's normally like second, third week of December. So you're there pretty long. I would say an average is you're gonna go to like December 15th to the 20th in school, depending on when your finals is and like how the calendar shakes out. So anyway, right now in the story, they're having a game night after the end of finals. So it's right in the end of December, and these characters met in the beginning of the spring semester the year before. So they've known each other for almost a year at this point in the story, and they've been like officially dating since the summer. And it's kind of been that like break into Act 2 fun and games section, which I don't actually use that particular plot structure, but that's definitely what has been going on. Like they're going on dates and having a good time, and like you sprinkle in some regular college stuff like studying for finals, etc. But it's been very light up until this point, and I'm really excited to kind of get out of the fall semester and go into the spring semester, because that's when things start happening and there starts to be like bumps in their relationship and the drama starts, and everybody loves some good drama, right? Like that's what we're all here for. But my character, my main female lead, is named Mary, and Mary made a friend in her program named Sadie. The male lead is Declan, and Declan lives with this guy named Mac. And Sadie and Mac are meeting for the first time at this game night, and they also happen to be the couple for... Do I touch it? Do I not touch it? Do I touch it? Am I gonna fuck it up? One of the cake pops was touching another one. We're just gonna leave it, because I think if I touch it, I'm gonna fuck it up more than it is. Should I stop swearing? Sorry, I'm swearing. Anyway, Mac and Sadie are meeting for the first time, and this may not seem like, if you know me, I'm very organized in like school and things like that, but the whole plotting thing doesn't always strike my fancy. It doesn't always go the way I want it to, so I'm not the best at plotting out stuff. Most of the time I have enough of an outline to where I don't have to totally wing everything I'm writing, but I'm coming up with a lot of stuff as I go. It works for me. I mean, does it work for me? Considering, we'll just say it works for me, right? That's fine. All that to say that I don't have any plans for the actual character traits of Mac and Sadie. I just knew, like, I knew their names. I knew who Mac was because I had come up with Declan's roommate in the book before. But Sadie is new to this book, and I just liked the names. I have an idea for the tropes I want in their book, which is why I sort of know a little bit about them, but that's it. And yesterday when I was writing this like game night scene, it was the first time I had started thinking about what they would actually be like as human beings. So what were some of their traits and quirks and mannerisms, and I had a really fun time doing it. And I'm really excited about those characters, and they're kind of like, so the characters in my current story that I'm writing, the Mary and Declan story, because it doesn't have a title, it just has two characters' names, they are very fun. They're very fun people, they like doing fun things, and Mac and Sadie are not. They're like both very serious. Sorry, we have to take a brief interlude to melt more chocolate, but we're back. Anyway, they're both very serious, and I didn't necessarily know that until I actually like introduced them in this chapter of the book. of Mary and Declan's book. And as I was kind of writing those characters and like discovering them for the first time, I realized how excited I am to write their story. I just got chocolate over everything. There's chocolate on everything. Oh well. But yeah, I'm really excited to write their story. It's definitely not going to be the next story that I write, because what I'm most excited about at this point in my life is going back to my Vikings, and starting to reread that and starting to rework that, especially with my newfound fast drafting skills. And by skills, I mean I've done it 1.5 times. And also by fast draft, I mean slow drafting. Oh, I dropped it. I'm not a fast drafter. I don't go through stories quickly. However, I have gotten better at kind of ignoring all of the writing craft stuff and just getting the story down, which I think for me is going to really work, because like I said, I do have plans. No, why are they all touching? I scooted that one away, which was maybe the wrong choice, but it was the choice I made in the time. I kind of discovery write my stories. Not completely. I always have a plan and a plot, and sometimes I follow it and sometimes I don't. But there's never like a set, this has to happen at this point. I just kind of do what I want and try and make it work for me and the story. But I can still do that and have like a reasonable piece of work to edit if I can make them shorter. And by shorter, I mean, if you weren't here when I finished my first novel, Valor, my first novel, was like almost 200,000 words or over, which was, it just like wasn't manageable. And in the end, I ended up having to rewrite that story completely. So clearly, having that giant draft didn't do me any good. So I'm really excited to get back into those stories and those worlds and those characters and be able to apply like the fast, quote unquote, fast drafting skills I gained from taking that little hiatus to write these 2 romance novels in the last year and a half, and apply those to my historical fiction works. Because while I am enjoying branching out into other types of genres and things like that, that world, my Vikings, those are still, it's far from finished. And I don't know if anybody who's not a writer is going to get that, but like I can't just walk away from that world. And even if it takes me 2 decades to write their stories and have them have like that sense of completion for me as the author and them as my characters, then that's what I'll do, because they mean that much to me at this point that I can't just walk away. And I think that it's okay to admit that some of your stories mean more to you than others. And I think like it would be nice to hear more mainstream authors talk about that, where like, you know, it doesn't really matter about the success of the story in general if there are just some stories that touch your heart more than other stories. Like it would be interesting to hear from especially authors who have a big backlist or series, like what is your most beloved book? If you had to go back and you could only publish one of your books again and the rest of them had to remain unpublished, which one would it be and why? Because I think that the answer would surprise a lot of people, because it's not always the book that you think is most marketable or the one that's most popular that is the one that means the most to you on an emotional level as the creator of that story. Anyway, that's where I'm at with Mary and Declan. I'm about to finish the fall semester we're gonna move on to the spring semester, and like I said, the spring semester has a lot of drama. So while I am anticipating writing the drama because that's fun, I also think that that section will go a lot faster than the other sections, which I'm excited about as well. So I'm gonna finish this. I have a lot going on at the moment. And then I'm going to move on to, I think I'll probably actually do a writing sprint just because I've been talking about it and am now in the mood to write. But I most likely will do my journal after that, just because my fiance is still working, and that's always a good time for me to journal because more than any other task that I do, except for Bible study, I guess, I don't like to be interrupted when I journal. It's really hard for me to get into the zone recently with my journaling, and I don't like to have to pause and talk to people, which seems rude, but you know, that's why I do it alone. So yeah, I'm gonna work on that, and I will be back later. So it's 3:20. I did a 20-minute writing sprint. I'm still on what is chapter 22, the game night thing. I got 527 words. I was a little distracted, but that's okay. So I got the cookie dough done, which means that I really only have a couple of things left on my list to get done before my fiance goes out to dinner. He's going out to dinner at 6, and like, I don't know if I was clear on the plan, but the plan is when he goes out to dinner, I'm gonna do my workout, and then I'm gonna shower, just so I'm ready for like company. And then I'm going to edit videos until they get here. So hopefully there will be actual videos up, because as you are watching this particular vlog, it's May 20th, and I've been filming all of May. I filmed in April, I filmed in March, and none of those have gone up yet. So we're gonna edit videos today, and we're gonna schedule them for this week and next week and get some of those out so I can make more in the moment content for you guys. Because I hate having a backlog, but like, I don't wanna get rid of that footage because I actually did film it, and part of my goal for this year was to vlog more and like keep more of a record of what I'm doing. So anyway, whatever, doesn't matter. I even wrote that in the wrong place. So like I said, it's 3:20. I'm going to spend the next hour journaling, and then I have writing, reading, maybe Bible study left on my list. 4:20. Yeah, I'd probably read for an hour, write for 40 minutes, get into my workout. Skip the Bible study. Maybe do it tonight. I really need to get back into a rhythm with that, struggling on the struggle bus. Anywhoosie, that's the plan. I'm gonna go journal, and I think I'm gonna watch a Disney movie, but I don't know which one I'm gonna pick. I bet you I'm gonna put you down and you're not gonna be able to see me, and that's just how it is. So you're gonna have to get over it, and also my cookie alarm might go off. But that's where we're at in my life, in the chaos that is my life. We're gonna look random Disney movie. Google came up with it right away. You knew there was a random Disney movie generator. Why wouldn't there be? We're just gonna ignore that, spin this. What do we get? I swear to you, I was already thinking Tangled, but the random wheel told me Tangled. Tangled. That's what we're going with. It's been a while, but I have worked out, I have showered, and I'm in the office ready to edit some vlogs because my fiance's at dinner. And I'm gonna be honest with you, no part of me wants to do this right now. Like, here's the thing. I'm not an evening person. I am a morning person, and I know this about myself. And yet, it doesn't always work out that way. You know, like you have some things you have to do in the evenings, but it's almost 9 o'clock. It's 8:45, and like we're definitely not catching me at my best hour. Things that you missed. I wrote in my journal, which was really awesome and cathartic and kind of a goal of mine this month to get back to that and start writing in there more often, because I haven't been, because life. But I did that, which was lovely. I enjoyed that. And then my fiance ended up changing his plans. I thought that like nobody was coming in until later, and I thought everyone was coming at 6. Turns out only one person was coming at 6. Everybody else was coming later, and they were coming in first and then deciding where to go and then leaving. So I had to work out and shower prior to 6, which wasn't my plan, but whatever. It all worked out. It's all good. Now I'm going to edit some vlogs, and I'm only going to make myself work on this for an hour. So 10 o'clock rolls around and I am done, son. All done. I do want to write some more, especially because I'm like so close to the end of this section that I'd really love to finish it, but it means writing a whole nother chapter and finishing the one that I'm on. So I don't know that that's going to happen, but it'd be nice if it happened tonight. We'll see. We'll see what gets done. Anyway, I need to stop talking to you so I can edit the vlog, because you are the vlog. So I need to take you out of the camera. Sorry. So it is Monday of the next week. So we're going to wrap up the 3rd week of May. I did say I was going to edit videos, and I did. I have 4 videos ready to go, one of which is already posted, and I'm editing this video today, so getting caught up on my videos, which is awesome. There's the AC. I will be right back. I've also done so good at writing this week. I just added up all of my totals for the week, and I've written 7,777 words. I know you can't see that because it's written on a mint post-it note in blue, but that's A, what a great number, 7777. B, we crushed it. I crushed it. You crushed it. I'm so proud of us. I finished up on Friday night. I finished up writing that last scene in the fall section of the story, and I cried because I've definitely been in a place in relationships where my main character Mary is, where she's just like, she's lost and she's hurt and she's upset and she doesn't know how to word it, and Declan is there and he wants to make things better, but she doesn't really know what would make things better, and he's asking her and she doesn't have an answer for him. She just knows that she doesn't like the way that things are and she doesn't like the way that she feels. So I like finished writing that late at night and got into bed, and I was just sad. Like, it took me a minute to get over it. In terms of reading, still not going well. I don't know why I'm in such a reading slump. There are things that I want to read, and I guess it's just not, like, it's just not happening for me. At this point in time, I have 3 physical books that I have started and a couple of books that I have checked out, like, through my library. So I want to make those my priority, but honestly, I think I'm going to try the beginning of next week to just power through the ones that I've started physically right now, and then just pick up whatever I want to read. To try and get something finished and kind of like kickstart me out of this reading slump. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Thank you guys so much for watching this week. Hopefully next week you will see me get out of my reading slump. You'll see me finish. I like want to say the words. I want to finish Mary and Declan by the end of next week. we'll see if it happens, but that is the goal, to finish it by the end of May. So you would see that in next vlog. Yeah, that's kind of it for me. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you like what you saw and want to see more writing, reading, teaching content from me, please subscribe down below. I would love to have you guys here, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.